The Iron Run. The wrecked SUV was half buried in snow, smoke bleeding into the cold night. The sirens behind me grew louder, waves of engines, rotors, chaos. I didn't wait. I kicked the door open and started running down the slope. The snow thinned to gravel, the air warming. The road below glowed orange with work lights, a construction site, huge and alive with the sound of machines. And in the center of it, idling like a steel monster, was exactly what I needed. A massive construction truck, heavy-duty hauler, the kind that moved mountains instead of dodging them. Slow, ugly, but unstoppable, I sprinted through the site, alarms blaring as workers turned toward me, shouting in confusion. One reached for a radio too late. I was already in the cab. The keys were in, always are. I hit the starter. The diesel engine thundered awake, shaking the ground. The truck's headlights sliced through the dust, blindingly bright. I slammed it into gear. Someone yelled in Spanish, waving his arms. I hit the horn. The deep bellow drowned everything out and rolled forward. Slow at first, then faster, then nothing in my way. The machine crushed barricades like paper, tore through stacks of concrete, and roared onto the open highway. The chase lights behind me flooded the night again, hundreds, maybe thousands, of cars flooding onto the road from every direction. The radio inside the cab crackled with static and orders. They were closing the borders, blocking the routes, tightening the net. But I wasn't stopping. The truck plowed through toll booths and fences, sparks raining from the undercarriage. The highway signs changed Barcelona, Madrid flickering through the windshield in quick succession. By the time I reached the outskirts of Barcelona, the night sky was flashing blue and red in every direction. I could see helicopters above, their spotlights sweeping across the highway like searchbeams. Then came the blockade, an intersection choked with police cars, armored trucks, spike strips, even a few tanks. I slowed for half a second, then floored it. The truck's frame screamed as it hit the barricade at full speed. Steel folded. Cars flew sideways. The intersection exploded into chaos, sparks, sirens, fire. The cab shuddered but held. The windshield was cracked, but I was still moving. Unstoppable. The highway opened again, wide and dark. I kept going. Past the flames, past the wreckage, through the black fields of Spain. The miles vanished one by one. Then I saw it rising from the horizon like a red shadow under the dawn. The Red 40 factory. I could almost feel the heat of its smokestacks through the glass. After everything, LA, Anchorage, the Bering Strait, the mountains, the continents, it was right there. I pushed the pedal harder. The truck groaned, every bolt screaming as I thundered down the final stretch. The police were behind me, helicopters above, roadblocks ahead, but nothing mattered. I was too close. Then came the sound, a deep, low mechanical whine louder than the sirens. I looked up just in time to see the crane swing. A wrecking ball, massive and black, arcing through the sky. It hit the truck's side like the hand of a god. Metal folded inward. The cab spun, flipped, and slammed into the ground with a roar that shook the earth. I barely felt the impact, just weightlessness, then darkness, then the cold bite of air rushing through shattered glass. When I opened my eyes, I was upside down. The world was tilted, boots crunched outside, the door ripped open, voices shouted in Spanish and Mandarin, orders, warnings, shouting layered over the chaos. Then came the cuffs, cold steel, familiar, clamped tight around my wrists once again. The wrecking ball hung above, still swinging in slow motion, smoke rising behind it. The Red 40 factory loomed in the distance, so close I could almost smell it. Almost. Then they dragged me out into the light.